If you're anything like me, you're probably getting quite excited for some of the new teams that are going to be on FIFA 23. However, you might not know too much about the squads, and that's why today I'm going to be telling you how you can create your own tactics and learn your squad ready for your first FIFA 23 saves. We're going to ask 5 different questions, and from these 5 questions, you're going to be able to pick the ideal tactic for any team that you want. It works no matter the level, no matter the kind of players in your squad, and no matter the tactic you want to enjoy. So let's get started with the first question you need to ask yourself and find out from looking through your squad. And that is, are you going to play a back 3 or a back 4? So to decide this, if you don't know the squad very well, you need to have a look at all your centre backs and see if you can find at least one centre back who's really good in the air. This would be the middle centre back in a back 3, or you need to find 2 really fast centre backs who are still quite good in the air to be the outside players on the back 3. Let's say you've got one fast guy and one tall guy and everyone else isn't good enough. That means you're probably going to have a back 4. You don't want to force a weak link into the team just for the sake of the system, so make sure you stick with the one that works the best. So if you've got 3 good centre backs, go 3 at the back. If you've only got 2, go 4 at the back. So the next thing we need to do is construct the flanks. So depending on your first choice here, you're going to have either a wing back or a full back on the outside of your defence, and then we need to decide if you're going to use wingers or wide midfielders, or maybe just only have the wing backs. So again, this depends on what kind of players you have. If you've got some really good box to box, can get up and down the pitch wing backs, then even if you're playing 4 at the back, this means you can go for a narrow midfield. Whereas if you've got very slow but good defending ones, then you're probably going to want to have wingers in front of them. So decide from having a look at your players if you've got fullbacks you want to get an attacking, or if you've got very defensive minded ones, and that'll help you construct our flanks. Next up, have a look at the wingers, because if you've got wingers who are going to be running and possibly able to shoot as well, you'll probably want to play them as wingers. Whereas if you've got players who are better at passing, better at defending, and probably a bit more stamina and less pace, they're probably going to be more suited to playing as wide midfielders. So let's, for example, say we've got 4 at the back, we've got 2 really fast wingers as well. We're now going to decide if we're going to use a partnership up front or just a single striker. If we go for a partnership, then we're pretty much locked into a 4-2-4 formation, whereas if we go for the single striker, we can have a bunch of different variations of a 4-3-3. I always prefer having a strike partnership, but if I've got wingers, then they're already pretty good as partners. So what we're going to do is have just a single striker up front, and now we're going to be set into a 4-3-3 of some description. You could also move one of these midfielders back into a back 3 as well, if you're more interested in playing something like a 5-2-3 formation, but we're going with a 4-3-3 with an attacking midfielder and 2 more defensive minded midfielders. So this was the last stage of creating your tactic. What we've done in this video is we've decided if we've got 3 good defenders or 2 good defenders. We've then decided to construct the flanks, so we've decided if we're using wing backs or wingers. And then we've decided where the wingers go, if they're going to be wide midfielders who are more defensive, or wingers who are going to be trying to score. And then we've gone perfect partnership up front or just a solo striker. So this is 2 strikers or 1 striker. And from here, we've only been left with 3 more players that haven't been used, so we've put them all in the midfield. This gives us a 4-3-3 formation, and it's based around the abilities of the players we have. Of course, if you've got certain players or certain positions that maybe are weak or you want to change this, go out and sign a new player, because you can easily redo this system every single time you sign a new player. If you've got a really fast centre-back you want to sign, then he's probably going to be even better in a 3 at the back than he would be at a 2 in the back, because it means you can go more attacking with the rest of your players. So decide on the formation using this system, and I think you'll have more fun FIFA Career Mode saves. Thank you all for watching. If you've got any tactic suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Or if you've got any questions that you always ask yourself when looking at your squad you've not seen before, then also put them in the description below. Subscribe if you want to see more like this for FIFA 23. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon for another video. Thank you and goodbye.